And we have returned because, well, that's what we do. It is Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Ooh. Friday the 13th of August 2021. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, and here we are live once again from Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee. 68 smoky, hazy, milky, cloudy, blucky degrees outside of our studios. Room for another hot one today. The excessive heat warning continues until 8 o'clock tomorrow. We also have an air quality alert from the Washington State Department of Ecology. I'll give you the numbers right now. On the air monitoring network, it is not good. Leading the way, and this is the kind of thing you don't want to lead the way on, is OMAC. You're at 331. That is hazardous. The scale is 0 to 500. 331, the air quality in OMAC. It's hazardous in Quincy. You're at 310. Moses Lake, 302. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, 183. That's unhealthy. It's bad almost everywhere. Up in Twisp, you're very unhealthy. You're at 208, and that's the story once again today, smoky and hazy. Now, we're not going to have more smoke come in from the fires in British Columbia. That's what's been going on. Of course, the high-pressure ridge has been feeding that smoke down to us. The high-pressure ridge is now centered over Washington State, and so the winds are actually out there in Idaho and in far western Montana. But now, because we have the lid on, there's no place for the smoke to go. So it's going to be very dirty air. And this air quality alert, unfortunately, is lasting through Monday. Yesterday at this time, the National Weather Service was predicting this cold front to come in on Sunday into Monday. It's slowed down a little bit. So we're still with this junk. And we're going to be warmer on Sunday than we were anticipating. With that cold front was supposed to come in Sunday into Monday. Now it's more like Monday into Tuesday. We are going to cool down. We all are going to have the air clear out. It's just going to take a little bit longer than originally anticipated. And before I forget, the excessive heat warning and the air quality alert is not for everybody in our viewing area. It's only for the following locations: Omak, Colfax, Quincy, Winchester, Waterville, Cheney, Chewelah, Nespelem, Ephraitis, Tehican, Republic, Odessa, Mazama, Pomeroy, Concanelli, Moscow, Kashmir, Worley, Othello, Brewster, Uniontown, Mansfield, Peck, Oaksdale, Kettle Falls, Rockford, Roselia, Cooley City, Spokane, Wilbur, Wakanda, Grand Coulee, Bridgeport, Coeur d'Alene, Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Leavenworth, La Crosse, Aniette, Chelan, Cul-de-sac, Lewiston, Davenport, Winthrop, Potlatch, Clarkston, Antone, Post Falls, Deer Park, Pullman, Colville, Rootsville, Inchelam, Elmira, Cooley, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Just in those areas are you going to be dealing with the smoke and the haze. If you don't live in any of those areas I just mentioned, you'll be fine. What do we have for you today? News. We got sports. Great victory for the Seattle Mariners. Marco Gonzalez threw the best game of his career yesterday afternoon. Two-hitter. It was awesome. The Mariners knocked off the Rangers. They welcomed the Jays into town. The Apple Sox season is over, but they ended on a winning note. We'll talk about that when we get to sports. We'll also have highlights of that Field of Dreams game yesterday afternoon between the White Sox and the Yankees. Of course, I watched that, being a Yankee. Didn't end well for me, but I don't care. We had the obscure holiday coming up today in history, an opinion from my Mad Dog Mignotti, some celebrity birthdays. And yesterday, Malcolm and I had a chance to cruise on out to Moses Lake and visit with Jim McKiernan. Jim is the fairgrounds manager at the Grant County Fair, which starts on August 17th next week. And we'll have a little preview of the upcoming Grant County Fair, which is back on after taking the year off from COVID. Jim will give you those details in the interview portion in the back half of the hour. Did I mention all the locations where we have the air quality alert? I did? Good. Okay. Without further ado, let's take our tour around north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. We got four of them to show you. 183 here in the Wenatchee Valley. That is unhealthy. When the air gets this bad, they take these portable units. The Department of Ecology has portable units, and they take them out to locations that don't have a permanent station, including Kashmir, which is at 169. It's 153, by the way, is the air quality in Kashmir. There is Kashmir. I'm sorry, Kashmir is at 168, 153 in Chelan. That's a view of Kashmir from the Apple Andes camera. There's just no escaping this smoke. This is a good time to check your air filters, by the way, on your HVAC unit to make sure it's nice and clean. That looks to be Union Valley. Is that correct, Malcolm? I got confirmation from Mr. Whitehall that that is the Union Valley camera. That is a bird flying through our shot there. Union Valley on the north shore of Lake Chelan, about 1.5 miles north and west of the town of Chelan proper. And camera number 4, that's Chelan again. I think that's the Bear Mountain camera. That just does not look pleasant does it. And poor Chelan, they depend on a lot of tourists, and people just don't want to go out on their jet skis and their boats and the beaches and all that kind of stuff when it has this kind of smoky, hazy conditions. On the other hand, Mill Bay Casino is probably going to do really good business. They're inside. Anyway, you briefly saw that slide to talk once again about the excessive heat warning, and that's what we're dealing with again today. That lasts through tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That hasn't changed. So 2 more days of triple digits. In fact, the next couple of days are going to be the hottest days of this heat wave. We had 99 yesterday. Our record high for this date, August 13th, is 102. That was set back in 1998. We're probably going to break that, and we're probably going to set a new record high on Saturday as well. In fact, from the National Weather Service, that way if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. Here's what we're looking at. 105 today. Again, that high pressure ridge is now centered over the Pacific Northwest. It was out in the Pacific Ocean. Now it's moved gradually to the east, and that's why we're going to be even warmer today. Even though it's going to be hazy, with the sun is going to have a more direct impact on the planet, which is why we're going to be warmer today than we were yesterday. 105, that'll be a new record if we get there, and I think we will. 78 for the overnight low tonight. 104 on Saturday. Again, pretty close to a record high. Look how mild the overnight lows are. 76. We do it one more time on Sunday. Sunday was when this cold front was supposed to come in. It's going to wait a day. Its flight was delayed until Monday. So it's going to be 100 degrees probably on Sunday as well. Then the cold front will start coming in on Monday. The wind will be picking up a little bit at times on Monday with a high of only 87. We'll do 87 again on Tuesday. Then we're going to warm right back up again. It's still August. We still have over a month of summer to go. And that reminds me, days are getting shorter. Sunrise this morning was at 5:55. Sunset tonight, 8:15. That's 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. We're losing a little over 2 minutes of daylight per day as summer gradually slips away from us. So I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with the hot temperatures and the dirty air. The excessive heat warning goes until Saturday, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. The air quality alert from the Department of Ecology goes all the way through Monday. This stuff is going to be sucked down here, and it's going to be hanging around. So might as well get used to it. Almost 8 minutes after the hour. After a quick 1-minute break, we'll come back with your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to ChelanPUD.org/save today.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
9 minutes after the hour, hazy, cloudy, smoky, 68 degrees, triple digits today, triple digits tomorrow. Excessive heat warning until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Air quality alert goes until Monday. Once again, our air quality in the Wenatchee Valley is at 172 now. Cashmere, you're at 183. Leavenworth, 169. That's all unhealthy. The one place you don't want to be is to the north of us. Omak, your air quality right now is at 331 on the WAQA scale. That is just plain hazardous, and dirty air will be prevalent right through the weekend. And here are your headlines. New COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations took another big jump this week. The new case rates above 500 per 1,000 residents for the first time since last December. Central Washington Hospital reporting there are currently 29 people at the hospital with COVID-19, also among the highest number since the pandemic began. Confluence Health said only one of those patients is in the hospital's intensive care unit. Of the 29 patients at the hospital, 11 are from Chelan County, 8 from Douglas County, 6 from Grant County. The remainder are from counties outside of north central Washington. Wenatchee Valley College becomes the latest big employer to, well, require COVID-19 vaccinations for its employees. The college says by September 27th, that's the day that fall classes begin, all its staff must be fully vaccinated. College President Dr. Jim Richardson announcing the decision in an email to employees yesterday. The college already requires vaccinations for students attending on-campus classes this year. And like students, employees will have to verify proof of vaccination using an online documentation tool. That'll be available beginning on Monday. Wenatchee Valley College employs about 400 full and part-time workers. The number of staff who are already vaccinated is known. The final lawsuit against the Wenatchee School District over a 2014 assault on 3 students has been dismissed. All parties agreed to withdraw the lawsuit. It was filed back in 2016. It was one of 3 cases brought by families of students who were assaulted by a fellow student athlete during a bus trip as the Wenatchee High School football team returned home from a game in Spokane. The trip violated district guidelines because the 14-year-old assailant was ineligible to play football and had assaulted another student the previous school year. The 2 other cases settled in 2020, with the victims receiving a total of $125,000. It's not clear whether the latest dismissal involved any financial settlement. Neither the Wenatchee School District nor the plaintiff's attorney responded to the requests from this channel for comment. An Okanagan County man successfully challenged a finding by state social services agents that he had abused a child. Tomas Rio Garcia was criminally accused of domestic violence in 2018, but the child recanted and the prosecution was dropped. Still, the Department of Social and Health Services entered a finding that Rios had abused the victim, and when he asked for a review by mail and fax, DSHS apparently lost or did not receive that request, and Rios then lost his right to challenge the finding after 30 days. The Washington Court of Appeals said this week the law is ambiguous, but because Rios sent his appeal in a timely manner, social service agencies in his case must review the case again. And the Douglas County PUD has renewed their yearly contract with the Colville Confederated Tribes. The idea is to supervise the known cultural sites that are affected by the presence of Wells Dam. There are more than 30 archaeologically sensitive sites in and around the reservoir of Wells Dam, some of which must be reviewed for listing on the National Register of Historic Places. The Colville Tribes Archaeology Department routinely carries out such work for the PUDs and other governmental agencies. Douglas PUD commissioners approved the $80,000 contract at their Monday meeting. The agreement runs through the end of next May. Those are your headlines at 13 minutes after the hour. A couple of quick heads up. I'll be handling sports today. Eric will be in Las Vegas to cover the Seahawks and the Raiders, so you're stuck with me doing sports. But Grant will have your news and your weather, and with a preview of some of the stories we're working on for the evening news at 5, 6, and 10, here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, unbelievably hot with an excessive heat warning still in place for today and tomorrow. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Dan, you'll have the latest on the Mariners-Rangers series as well as all things Seahawks. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Don't forget, viewers, we'd love to hear from you. You can use our Facebook page. Just go to NCW Life, search it on the search bar, bookmark us if you don't mind, and you can drop us a note via Facebook Messenger. You can email us directly. Our email address is news@ncwlife.com, or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com. You should want to bookmark that too, because we're constantly populating that with the latest news headlines. But you'll also notice if you're on our homepage, there's a Contact Us icon, and you can click on that. A form pops up, and it's fairly simple from there. After a break, Marco Gonzalez was just so good yesterday afternoon. We appreciate that. We'll talk about the Seattle Mariners and a nice victory. Also, we'll have highlights from the Field of Dreams game between the White Sox and the Yankees. The Apple Sox end their season on a winning note, and Seahawks football. They'll be in Vegas to take on the Raiders tomorrow night. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
To achieve greatness once, it's not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Introducing the next all-electric super truck. The revolutionary GMC Hummer EV SUV. Reserve one now while they last.
16 minutes after the hour in sports, Marco Gonzalez threw the best game from a Mariner pitcher this year. Heck, the best game of his career. He was stellar yesterday afternoon, and the Mariners beat the Rangers 3-1 the final. At T-Mobile Park, the former Wenatchee Apple Sox hurler threw a complete game. Struck out 9. His only run allowed was a Charlie Culberson home run in the top of the second inning.
He gets some swinging through it. Marco a clean, quick and tidy 1-2-3, top of the first. That catches a lot of the plate, and low is caught looking. Second strikeout for Marco Gonzalez.
And his command lately has been much better. That was a cutter on the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Marco Gonzalez.
As I mentioned, here's the changeup. You can see him turn it over, 81 miles an hour.
3 pitches, all it takes, and Garcia strikeout victim number 4 for Marco. Tying him up and not. 6 strikeouts for Marco to match a season best. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, season best. 7 punch outs for Marco Gonzalez today. Another 0-2. It's another strikeout, number 8.
And his command of the top of the zone has been excellent this afternoon. That is a strike.
Marco's 2-2. He got him! Mariners win behind the 3rd career complete game for Marco Gonzalez.
And congratulations to him. What an outing he had today. Mariners win the series. The bullpen a much needed day off with the Toronto Blue Jays coming down, so that's also big. He really picked up the pen today, but what an outing by Marco Gonzalez.
He looks pretty happy, doesn't he? Marco got help offensively, home runs by J.P. Crawford and Jake Fraley.
3-1 pitch. Well, that ball is hit a ton. Deep out to right field, and that one is long gone. Crawford's 6th home run of the year, and he's given the Mariners the 2-1 lead.
This is crunched way out to the wall and gone. Zeus going deep. Number 8 for Jake Fraley.
Well, that is helpful. It was towards the end of the bat. Exit velo of just 99, 390 feet. Those would add some carry to it. Good timing. Couple outs. Second solo home run for the Mariners.
That was all the offense Marco Gonzalez needed. After the game, manager Scott Service said, Marco Gonzalez pitched pretty good.
Talk about starting pitching. Heck of an effort by Marco. He had it going on today. The fastball had a lot of life at the top of the zone. He was nailing those spots up there, worked enough changeups in to keep him off balance. But, anytime anybody goes a complete game in this league, it is quite an accomplishment. So really happy for him, and a special day for him, too. I know he had a lot of family in town here. His dad's in town, who is a minor league pitching coach with the Rockies. His grandmother's here, all to see his new little baby, and he goes out and throws a complete game. So he will have a happy night at home tonight. But I think, we talk about, weak contact and moving the ball around the strike zone, and Marco certainly did that today. I think he had 3 or 4 comebackers on little jam shots or nubbers off the end of the bat. So there's really good separation between his pitches. But when Marco goes out there, he's like anybody else. He wants to strike him out. He's not looking for soft contact. The soft contact is a byproduct of really executing pitches on the edges.
Next up for the Mariners, the Jays are in town for a weekend series. First of 3 games. First pitch 7:10 tonight. Chris Flexen will toe the rubber for the Mariners. They'll go with Robbie Ray on Toronto. All right, to the scoreboard we go. From the American League West, the A's won their 7th straight. Mitch Moreland led the way with a couple of home runs. Oakland's 17-0 shelling of Cleveland. Jared Walsh's 2-run base hit highlighted a 4-run second inning for the Angels in a 6-3 win over Toronto. Shohei Ohtani improved to 7-1 on the mound. He worked 6 innings of 2-run, 3-hit ball, struck out 6. So the Mariners gained ground in the wild card race as Boston, Toronto, and the Yankees all lost. The Yankees' defeat came in the Field of Dreams game in the corn of Iowa. But for my Yankee fans, it wasn't a Field of Dreams. It was more like a nightmare.
Anderson hits it in the air to right. Back at the wall, and the White Sox win it.
Yeah, there it is. Tim Anderson's walk-off 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth that came after Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton each hit home runs to give the Yankees a lead in the ninth, 8-7. But again, the final was 10-8. Good stuff, exciting game. Apple Sox finished the season on a winning note. Nice victory last night. They beat the Yakima Valley Pippins. The final there, 9-2 down at County Stadium. Wenatchee scored runs in the first inning, 4 runs as a matter of fact. In the first inning, an RBI base hit by Enzo Apodaca. Tino Bethencourt contributed. A.J. Guerrero, Jackson Vanderbrake. They added another run in the second and 2 more in the third. They led it at one point 7-0, and that would be plenty on the night for starting pitcher Jack Lee. The left-hander from Down Under had his best game in his last game in an Apple Sox uniform. He went 6 innings, 3 hit balls, shut him out, 9 strikeouts. Wenatchee, of course, didn't reach the playoffs, but they do finish with a win to take third in the West Coast League's North Division behind playoff-bound Yakima Valley and Bellingham. The Apple Sox were 20-28 in league play, 27-30 overall. And next Tuesday, we'll wrap up the Apple Sox season with the radio voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman. That'll be next Tuesday morning right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Still plenty up for grabs in the final night of the regular season of West Coast League baseball. 3 teams still alive for that final playoff spot down in the South, and it would go to Ridgefield. The Raptors beat Walla Walla 4-2 in 10 innings. Ridgefield scored the go-ahead run on a wild pitch in the 10th and added another run on a passed ball. Portland lost his chance at the postseason with his 7-2 loss to Port Angeles. The Pickles just couldn't figure out lefty starting pitcher Stephen Brooks. He and 4 relievers helped Portland to just 2 runs on 4 hits on the night. Malachi Knight sacrificed fly RBI in the top of the 8th, scored the go-ahead run to lead Bellingham to a 3-2 win over Cowlitz, and Bend won for the 8th time in their last 10 games with a 6-3 tally over Corvallis. Gavin Logan and Bennett Thompson each collected 3 hits in the victory for the Elks. So the West Coast League's final standings look like this for the regular season. Corvallis finishes with the best overall record at 37-11. Yakima Valley was next at 29-19, and then you see the 3-way tie for second in the South Division with Richfield earning the tiebreaker over Portland and Bend. The playoffs get underway Saturday. Bellingham will host Yakima Valley, and Corvallis will travel to Ridgefield. Both of those games start at 6:35, and then the series will shift to Corvallis and Yakima for games 2 on Sunday, and if necessary, game 3 would take place on Monday. Seahawks take off for Las Vegas today. They got the Raiders tomorrow night. Preseason football, 6 o'clock. No one better to ask about Seattle's new offense than a defensive player who has to face it during practice. Free safety Ugo Omadi said it's a lot different from what he saw last year.
And this year's offense is it's complex. You know, you have to be really focused. If you're not, guys are going to be running past your face. You know, and you can't really anticipate what's going to happen. Russ is getting the ball out fast. Tight ends are getting open. DK's getting open. Even DK, like all these guys are really getting open. And it's like stuff is just hitting you quick. You know, they get to the ball real quick. It's not silent counts, all that stuff.
Coach Pete Carroll has asked his defense to put pressure on all 11 guys on the offense. When the offense is working in practice, he says, well, by putting a lot of pressure on the offense, by nature, is probably going to get better.
So execution is really the key. And so we want to make sure that we're fast with the football and don't allow the rush to be a factor, and get the ball out. So that means guys got to win on the routes, and we're going to have to beat tight coverage. And so we're playing a lot of aggressive coverage to make everybody have to work and show who they are and their abilities and stuff right now. And so it's a good part of camp for us in that regard. And today was a good day for all that emphasis.
It's the Seahawks and the Raiders, Allegiant Stadium in beautiful Las Vegas. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, you can watch it on Q13 Fox, or not if you don't want to. It's not required. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. I had count them, three obscure holidays to choose from, three of them. Today is Friday the 13th, not really obscure. Today is National Filet Mignon Day, so I'm in the mood for a steak later. No, today is National Left-Handers Day. The left hand. Yeah. Left-handed people, they're weird. No, they're not. I have family members who are left-handed for that matter. 225 years ago, 7% of the population were left-handed. Now it's 12%. So we have more left-handed people. We also just have more people, period. Famous left-handed people from presidents. You got Barack Obama, Thomas Jefferson, James Garfield, Herbert Hoover was left-handed, Harry Truman, Gerald Ford, George H.W. Bush, and Bill Clinton are left-handed presidents. Also famous left-handed people, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, of course, Babe Ruth, Napoleon Bonaparte was left-handed, Leonardo da Vinci was left-handed, Paul McCartney, of course, left-handed, not to mention the greatest guitarist in the history of music, Jimi Hendrix, left-handed. So to get this straight, the math, 87% of all the people in the world are right-handed, 12% are left-handed, 1% are ambidextrous. But we won't get religion involved in this. According to a couple of studies, left-handed people have a tendency to be more creative. You'll notice that musicians and painters are more apt to be left-handed. Just a little throw out there. By the way, Ringo Starr is also left-handed, but he plays right-handed. And I have the same deal with the guitar. When I play the guitar left-handed. Well, this left-handed anyway, because I find it easier to finger and make the chords with my dominant right hand than it is with my left hand. I've always done that way. By the way, if you have cistrophobia, you have a fear of left-handed people. Happy Left-Handers Day today. It's always on August 13th for reasons I don't know. It's on the internet. Just one thing today in history, but it's a big one. The Berlin Wall. They began to build it on this day back in 1961. You look on it now, most people, the young generation, what do you mean? They actually built a wall to keep the citizens from leaving? They did. Yeah. East Germany closes the border between the eastern and western sections of Berlin to keep the people from leaving because they were leaving and not coming back. And they decided to build a wall to keep them from leaving the country. Between the end of World War II and the time they started building the wall on this date of 1961, an estimated 3.5 million East Germans snuck away. You could go from the East German section of Berlin to the West German section, and then you could travel freely to West Germany, and that's exactly what they did. Between 1961 and 1989, when the wall came tumbling down, about 100,000 people attempted to escape East Berlin. About 5,000 people succeeded, and about 150 died. Yeah, again, you look back with incredible. They built a wall to keep the citizens inside a city? I don't know. Let's do some birthdays. If I only had the nerve. Bert Lahr, the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, born in the state in 1895, died of a heart attack, or pneumonia, I should say, at the age of 72 in 1967. He was the only one of the main castmates who never really had a significant career either before or after The Wizard of Oz. He did vaudeville and did some television and movies, but nothing like Judy Garland or Jack Haley or Ray Bolger. They had long and distinguished careers as actors in Hollywood, but Bert Lahr didn't really. In fact, a number of his friends, when he was cast in the role of the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, said, don't do it because Hollywood will typecast you. And he said, how's anybody going to get typecast as a lion? Bert Lahr, born in the state in 1895. Speaking of Hollywood, Alfred Hitchcock, born 122 years ago today, died in 1980 at the age of 80. The films that he made garnered 46 Academy Award nominations. He was nominated for Best Director 5 times, but never won. Alfred Hitchcock, Lifeboat, Rope, great movie there. Dial M for Murder, Strangers on a Train, my favorite, Rear Window, not to mention Psycho and Vertigo and North by Northwest. The great Alfred Hitchcock, born in the state in 1899. And in my opinion, the greatest golfer ever, Ben Hogan. Born in the state in 1912, died at the age of 84 in 1997. He remains the only player to win the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the Open Championship in the same year. He did that in 1953. He's one of only 5 players to have won all 4 majors. His swing is considered as close to perfection as any golfer's swing ever had. And it was my golfing buddies and I talk about when we talk about the great golfers. If you take the equipment, the golf clubs and the golf balls of today, and you give them to Ben Hogan in his prime in the 1940s and 50s, he'd win every tournament. He was that good. Ben Hogan, born in this state. All right, 30 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti coming your way. And then my conversation that we did out in Moses Lake yesterday was a nice trip. Jim McKiernan is the Fairgrounds Director of the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake. The fair is next week, the first of the fairs. It's fair season. We'll talk with Jim when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Succession is leading the way for a new generation of Chelan wineries. Named Platinum Winemaker of the Year in 2017 and the one to watch in 2018 by Wine Press, Succession is setting the pace. Award-winning wines are just a part of the overall experience. Add live music on Sundays and fantastic views, and you have it all. Succession Wines, located on the north shore of Lake Chelan between Chelan and Manson.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I do's to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, Site Coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used, to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, a pal of mine once said that the American Civil War was about states' rights. I said, no, it wasn't. It was about slavery and the South wanting to protect its economic system. Now, in her book on American history, author Jill Lepore, who wrote These Truths, quotes the Confederacy's vice president, Alexander Stephens, who said that the foundation of the Confederate government rested on the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man, and that slavery is the Negro's natural and moral condition. Now, it becomes politically expedient these days for folks to say that the Confederacy was founded on states' rights, a claim many do subscribe to today. However, Lepore correctly concludes that the Confederacy was founded on white supremacy. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion.
The 2021 Grant County Fair is happening August 17th through the 21st in Moses Lake. Check out the biggest ag-based fair in Washington State as kids show hundreds of animals. Or check out some of the more famous cuisine, such as Space Burgers or Block 40 ice cream. Friday night features country sensation Parmalee on the Brian Miller stage. Saturday, check out Grupo Control. Lots of music, food, animals, and of course, a huge carnival. Head to the website at gcfairgrounds.com. Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been providing heating and cooling services in our valley since 1984. Arctic offers a variety of refrigeration and heating services, proudly now selling Bryant Systems. Heating and air conditioning for your home or business. Commercial refrigeration service for your coolers, freezers, and prep tables. And now, full service on gas fireplaces for your home or business. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course mailboxes, even passport photos. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
This is Kelly, owner of the Original Children's Shop in downtown Wenatchee. We strive to bring you the most quality, fashionable, and fun clothing for your little ones, along with gifts, toys, and accessories. I look forward to meeting you soon at the Original Children's Shop.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. After a very pleasant trip across I-90, we have made it here to the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake to talk about the Grant County Fair, August 17th through the 21st at this beautiful facility. Jim, introduce yourself to our television family.
I'm Jim McKiernan, and I'm the director of the Grant County Fairgrounds, supported by a great staff.
You do have a great, we've got to meet some of them.
We got to meet, yeah, and they joked with us a little bit, yeah. They like to joke when the director's around, I guess.
What's the last month for you been like as you ramp things up for the big event?
It's been busy. The biggest thing is, we haven't done fair for 2 years, so there's a lot of little things that we forget, and so it seems like we're fighting a few more fires than we typically do, but the staff's been really good. We've been working hard to make sure the grounds are ready, cleaning, horse stalls, cleaning barns, making sure everything's, the biosecurity stuff's all taken care of so we can get the animals in here and not have to worry about infections or anything like that. And then prepping the exhibit buildings, taking into account COVID measures. We've going to have hand sanitizing stations, lots of hand sanitizer. We're going to have masks available if needed, and we're ready to go.
But you're having a fair.
We're having a fair
last year.
Yeah, that's huge for us because last year all we had was the Junior Livestock Show, which was great. Our whole focus for fair, and a lot of times is people forget that fair really is about animal projects. It's 4-H and FFA animal projects, and if any of you know a 4-H or FFA kid, I mean, they're extremely hardworking. They've got great communication skills. They're attentive. Attention to detail is phenomenal. And so we want to help those projects succeed, which results in the sale on Friday of fair. And we are one of the largest ag-based fairs in terms of number of animals. Typically, we run around 630 animals.
Of all different shapes and sizes and
everything
breeds.
From, a 1,300-pound steer all the way down to a 1-pound rabbit, guinea pigs. We do pocket pets. Actually, we heard that there's going to be some reptiles here this year for pocket pets, which is a category. And but the goal is to get the kids to finish their project, which results in a sale of an animal in most cases, and then those animals go to a processing facility in a lot of cases.
And sometimes they get donated right back to the kids. I know a lot of people who come in for the auction and they buy that pig,
yep,
and then they say, I'm just going to give you the pig right back, and you can do with it whatever you want to. They donate it,
yep,
and then they get to sell the pig again.
Yep, and they make, you hope that they make enough money to continue purchasing animals, or if they're getting toward the latter stages of FFA helps them with their educational funds or whatever to go on to the next level.
And you talk about this is a great moment for young kids, the younger kids, start to learn about social skills because they're proud of the animal that they raise, and they'd be more than happy to answer your question when you talk about the goat or the pig or the horse.
Yep, and that's half the fun is watch. You walk through the barns and the kids are out there. They're trying to talk about their projects. I think it's a great way for kids to understand how to interact with adults who may not understand the process of animal raising, and it teaches them great social skills. And I think, in the day of the computer age, I think that's more important than ever.
I haven't been out here in a number of years, and that's my bad. The one thing I completely forgot about the Grant County Fairgrounds, this is a big footprint. You have a lot of square footage here, huge parking, barns everywhere. This is a sizable plant.
Yep.
So there's a lot of elbow room in there.
We got 187 acres. We are the largest campground in Grant County. Most people don't realize that. We have 456 RV sites. We are a huge equestrian facility, so a lot of equestrian events, barrel races, cutting horses, Arabians this year, quarter horses come here for events. We have 430 permanent stalls on the grounds, numerous barns, but we host a 5,000-seat rodeo arena. We host a lot of events. Yeah.
Does having such a big footprint and having everything so spread out help you with COVID protocol? Because you don't have to worry about people crowding around and stuff like that?
I think this year it's going to be beneficial. There's times when it's not so beneficial to go from one end of the grounds to the other, especially as I get older. But it does help because we can socially distance a fairly large crowd. And I think this year, everybody's a little more conscious of COVID at this time of the year than they have been in the past few months. And so we're going to have signage up to socially distance, and we're going to have plenty of hand washing stations and hand sanitizer. So, yeah.
You know what? You bring up a very good point, and I wanted to mention this to everybody while we're thinking about it. Whether you're just doing the fair for one day, or you're going to come for the entertainment or the carnival, or you're going to come for all 4 days, a good pair of walking shoes is a must. You don't want to wear sandals. You don't want to wear Birkenstocks because you're going to be doing quite a bit of hiking.
Well, and you don't want to step in something in a barn and Birkenstocks.
He said it.
Yeah, so Romeos are good. That's my go-to shoe. Tennis shoes are good, but you do sometimes have to watch where you step in the barns.
Yeah, well,
yeah, you don't. Yeah, not good. Sandals not good.
Let's talk entertainment. You scored with Parmalee. This is a good coup for you guys. They're going to be taking. They're the headliner on the weekend.
Yep. Friday night we've got Parmalee 7:30 to 9 on the Brian Miller stage. Entrance to Parmalee is free with an entry to the fair ticket. It's $8 to get into the fair for the day. We do have VIP seating. Unfortunately, that's all sold out, but. We had booked them for last year's fair, and what was nice is our booking agency, Romeo Entertainment, arranged for them to honor the contracts from last year for this year. So they're basically, I think they're doing their tour that they would have done last year, this year, and then they follow up in Western Washington, I think, the next day. But yeah, Friday night's going to be huge for us. We don't typically have those kinds of acts, although we're trying to bring in larger entertainment for fair just to get more people to come out.
And you got some regional favorites as well. Junk Belly is coming in from Wenatchee. They're going to be playing. You got that great group out of Spokane whose name I just went out of my head.
We've got The Rising with everybody will know Sean Owsley from KHQ. His wife Sarah puts together that. We've got the Dime Store Profits locally. On Saturday, we've got a headliner. We typically try to do some more ethnic-type acts on Saturday, and so we've got Grupo Control coming up. Their opener is a band called Oro Norteño, and we think they're going to be huge on Saturday. Wednesday, Jason Fellman, who does all of the tribute bands in the Pacific Northwest, is coming, and he's bringing 3 bands that are phenomenal tribute bands. One is a tribute to Def Leppard, one for tribute to AC/DC, and one for tribute to Guns N' Roses.
And these guys are good. They're note-for-note copies. If you close your eyes, you swear Axl Rose is singing.
Yeah,
they're that good.
The guy from Def Leppard, too, I looked at the pictures and video that they sent us, and it was like, wow, that's the guy from 30 years ago. I mean, so it was, and that's when I grew up. So it was it's going to be cool.
Let's talk about tickets as far as, do you highly recommend that people who I'm going to the fair, whether it's the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, whenever it is, get your tickets in advance? Does it save you a long wait in line?
It does save you a little bit of time to come in. You just get scanned then. So you can buy your tickets at gcfairgrounds.com is our website, or you can buy them at the gate. Either way. We do offer, this year we're offering discounts to medical professionals because we know all of the stuff that they've had to go through. My daughter's a nurse at Central Washington Hospital, and I know what she's had to go through. So we're doing that for medical professionals, first responders, active and retired military. So they get a $5 entrance fee. Tuesday's always free. So if you don't want to spend the money for tickets, Tuesday, come on out. You still hear some great music. We have a band on Tuesday night. Huckleberry Road is playing from California, and then a band out of Oregon called Hit Factory that's really good. So, yeah, come on out.
But the really good deal is get the pass.
Get the pass.
You can come and go as you please.
Yep.
That is a tremendous deal.
And also, if you buy your Carnival wristbands now, they're $27. On the day of the fair, they're $35. And so if you buy them now online, you come in, bring your receipt in, go down to the Carnival, which is done by Davis Shows, and pick up your actual wristbands, put them on, and you save a little bit of money there on rides.
Davis Show Carnivals, musical entertainment, arts and crafts, ag. And as we mentioned before, the NCW Fair in Waterville, ag base. Certainly the Chelan County Fair in Cashmere has some ag interests as well. But if you're really into the animals, this is the fair, because this by far has the most amount of livestock and animals that you're going to find in any of the local fairs.
I think we're number one in terms of number of animals in the state of Washington. The only fair that might make more at their auction is Benton Franklin down in the Tri-Cities. But yeah, we are a huge ag base fair. I love both of those fairs as well. I tried, as soon as ours is over, I try to get to the other ones as well. And Karen and Chelan and Carolyn up in Waterville. But yeah, those are huge fairs too.
And it's probably easy for, I shouldn't say easy, it's never easy. I know you're working on this. You're not only do you run the fair, but you run the fairgrounds itself. But you're first one out of the gate. So you get to get your fair out of the way, and then you get to go up to Waterville, and then you get to go out to Cashmere and do some of the other fairs. So it must be easier for you to bat lead off.
Yeah.
If you pardon the baseball analogy.
It is. In fact, Carolyn, who runs the Douglas the fair up in Waterville, is going to come down and help us one day next week just to hang out. In fact, we're trying to convince her to come down for Parmalee on Friday. And then we'll go up. My wife and I usually go up and do their concert and do their fair. But yeah, we share a lot of, the fair community is a fairly small group of people. And so we share a lot of information, and we work hard to get funding through the state for in our case, the WSDA provides funding for premiums, which then are paid back to the kids. So we get approximately $41,000 a year from the state fund, and we actually pay all of that money back. We don't use any of it for operating expenses, pay it back to the kids for their ribbon placements.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but we're almost out of time, Jim. No sponsors, no fair. It's pretty straightforward there.
We have some great sponsors this year. LocalTel has obviously been a sponsor. T-Mobile is a sponsor. Gisa Credit Union is a sponsor. Vive Communications is a sponsor. Grant County PUD is a day sponsor. And then we have numerous entertainment sponsors, stage sponsors. Without sponsors, the fair wouldn't happen. We try to break even. That's our goal. It's not a big money-making operation. We are a counting facility, so if we can break even, that means the taxpayers don't have to help fund our fair.
Last question for Jim, then we'll cut you loose. Walk me through the day when you got word from the governor's office that the fair was on, that the restrictions were on, and you were good to go. That must have been a great day for you.
We were watching June 30th really close. We were nervous that restrictions were going to be continued, and when we found out, I think there was quite a bit of excitement in the office to allow fair. It means that I can start my day I go to Block 40 for ice cream for breakfast, and then I might get a space burger during the day. Sometime in the afternoon, I might grab a beer, take a nap, and then I come out and do the evening shift. So, yeah, we're really excited, and I know everybody in the county seems to be really excited. We expect 30 to 40% bigger crowds than we've ever had before.
Looking forward to it. Again, the Grant County Fair begins on August 17th, runs through the weekend. The website, one more time, because everything we talked about, your website is phenomenal. I don't know who your webmaster is, but they do a great job. Very friendly.
Rebecca Martinez does a great job, and it's gcfairgrounds.com. And I do have to say, we have probably one of the best staffs of any fairgrounds that you'll go to. They do a phenomenal, and they've been working 10, 12, 16-hour days right now.
Any objection if we come back out during the fair and hang around, goof off a little bit?
No, we hope you do, and I'll buy you some Block 40 ice cream. How's that sound?
Well, as soon as you said something about the beer.
Beer, too. I can buy you a beer, too, yeah. All right.
The Grant County Fair, it's fair season again, and it feels good. Jim, thanks for taking time out of your busy day for visiting with us.
Thank you very much.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
We are back on this Friday with about 8 minutes to go before we get to start our weekend. There are certain advantages to getting up at the hours that us morning folks have to get up because we get to start our weekends a little earlier. But we also, our weekends end a little earlier. Come to think of it, maybe it's not such a great advantage. As you can see, it is smoky and it's hazy. We're going to take another tour around the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington with our cameras, courtesy of Local Tel Sky-Fi, just to give you another update of where we are in the dirty air. In Wenatchee, we are at 172 on the WAQA scale. Again, for the uninitiated, 0 is basically pure oxygen, and 500 is sticking your face in a chimney. And we're at 172, which is unhealthy. Kashmir, you're 183. Leavenworth, 169. It is dirty air, and it's going to stay this way for really right through, they say, perhaps even Monday. The air quality alert from the Department of Ecology is through Monday. The excessive heat warning from the National Weather Service goes into effect until 8 o'clock on Saturday. But guess what? It's going to be hot again, I'm afraid, on Sunday as well. I hate to break the news to you there. Is that Stamen Flats? Did you move the cameras there, Malcolm? Yeah, okay, Stamen Flats on our way up to Lake Chelan. That's Highway 97A at the bottom of your screen. We're looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley. So Douglas County is that little inlet that you see on your left and the Columbia River down in the middle, and that's looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley. Chelan right now, you're at 153. Again, that is unhealthy. But the really bad air leading the way where you don't want to be is Omak. Omak is at 331. That is hazardous. 331. It is 302 in Moses Lake and 310 in Quincy. That all falls into the hazardous scale. 208 in Winthrop, which is very unhealthy. that looks to be maybe up to Lake Wenatchee. They don't have a monitor in the Lake Wenatchee area, but it looks like it's certainly somewhere in the 150s to 160s. 169 in Leavenworth is the closest air monitor station that they have there. So it's just dirty air everywhere. And it's even dirty air in the Puget Sound area. The only place where there's actually clean air is if you get down towards, say, Astoria and that kind of place where they always have those offshore breezes. And that is the Bear Mountain camera up at Lake Chelan, looking back up towards Tehican and Holden Village. And again, visibility is very poor. What has happened here is that it's no longer feeding all that smoky, dirty air from the fires in British Columbia. The high pressure ridge was spinning around clockwise, grabbing that dirty air and channeling it right down through the Omak-Okanagan area. And of course, bringing all that smoky dirty air right down here to the Wenatchee Valley. That's not the case anymore. But now what's going on is that the high pressure ridge has now moved to the east, and it's over the Pacific Northwest, the very center of it, the axis of it. And so now the smoke is here, but there's no place for the smoke to go. The lid is on. So the smoke comes up, it hits the lid, comes right back down again, and we have dirty air. And we will have dirty air, they tell us, at least through Monday now. Cold front was supposed to come in on Sunday. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. So it's not going to really come in and scour out the skies and give us some decent air quality to tell us until Monday, which is why the air quality alert has been extended until Monday. So there's no escaping the dirty air for quite some time. And again, the dirtiest air, just to recap, Omak's at 331. That's hazardous. The air is simply unfit to breathe up in Omak, and it's not much better out in the Columbia Basin. It's 310 on the WAQA scale in Quincy and 302 in Moses Lake. The good news is next week for the Grant County Fair, it won't be that way. And so you gotta look at the bright side of life. All right, going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up this day and this week with your forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Okay, what do you say we wrap it up with, this slide from the National Weather Service. 2 more days of this stuff. Actually, now that we're thinking about it, maybe even 3 more days of at least the hot temperatures. The air quality alert doesn't expire until Monday. The excessive heat warning doesn't expire until tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. But they may extend that another day because, as I mentioned before, the cold front was supposed to come in on Sunday and really cool us down. Now, the latest forecast says it's kind of slowed up a little bit. So we could even still be in the triple digits on Sunday, but it will be hot. We're looking at probably a record high temperature today. Certainly a chance again on Saturday. We've come close to record highs this week, but I think we're going to get there today and tomorrow. From the National Weather Service, one more time, your forecast for the weekend. 105 today. If we get there, that would be a new record. The record on this date, August 13th, 102 degrees. Oh, hi, there I am. Hi, look, that's my finger right above the O. See that? Woo! Record high on this date, 102. Set back in 1998, 105 is a forecast high today, so there we go. 78 for the overnight low tonight, 104 on Saturday, pretty close to a record high. Oh, darn it, I liked it when I was on the screen. And again, triple digits, again, a possibility on Sunday before the high-pressure ridge will finally, throughout the course of the day on Sunday, continue to move to the east. It's going to pay western Montana a visit. They're going to get hot conditions. They're going to get smoky skies. We're going to cool down on Monday with a high of about 87, and we can live with that. And watch out for a little bit of wind, by the way, on Sunday and Monday. That's it for us. Have a good and safe weekend. Breathe some clean air if you can. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.